Hi there, and welcome to Live with the Paper Pixie, episode 367. I'm Julie DiMatteo, the Paper Pixie, coming to you live from Alpharetta, Georgia. Tomorrow I'll be in Raleigh, but I'm still home tonight. Today is Wednesday, March 12th, 2025, and I've got quite a bit of show and tell for you tonight, and I've also got a very quick and easy project. I couldn't not share a project with you, but I'm going to try to keep this live stream a little bit shorter than they normally are because I'm leaving at dark 30 tomorrow morning to catch my flight to Raleigh for OnStage. If you're watching us live, say hello and where you're watching from if you haven't already. And if it's your first time here watching live, let us know in the chat. My amazing audience will give you a big warm welcome. Also, Bubba G's in the house. My brother Greg is here. Hello, Jackie. I'll see you in the morning. I want to give a shout out to my Pixie patrons. You'll recognize them in the live chat with the magic wand icon next to their name. They are channel members here. So for $4.99 a month, for the price of a cup of coffee, you can support the channel here. I also do a monthly members-only live stream. Speaking of which, our next one is next Thursday. That will be March 20th. Yes, will be our next Pixie patron stream. So those of you who are Pixie patrons or soon-to-be Pixie patrons, keep an eye out. I'll get that scheduled early next week. That will be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, March 20th for my Pixie patrons. And don't worry if that time doesn't work for you. You can always watch the replay. But we'd love to have you join us. Depending on what device you're using, you may or may not see a join button below this video. You can join the channel that way. There's also a link in the description to join as well. We'd love to have you. We're building a book together or a binder together of card templates. So that's what we do on our members only stream. You get 2 card templates each month. I create cards together with you and we kind of have more of a laid back stream and hang out and chat together. So that's the scoop there. We'd love to have you join us if even for a month or many months. Let's see what else. Hello to those of you watching on replay. I want to also say thank you guys so much for all of the outpouring of congratulations for reaching my million and my birthday wishes. You guys have been so sweet. It's been a big week. I can't catch up on all of the messages. I'm trying. But thank you guys so much. It means the world to me and my family. It's fun to celebrate with you. Speaking of tonight, I'm going to share with you the bouquet of flowers that I received from Stampin' Up! And my special card. I cannot wait to do that. A couple of housekeeping things first. If you've got questions for me tonight, as usual, just put a Q in front of that question. That will make it into my queue. That way I can focus on demonstrating tonight's project and doing show and tell and stuff like that. And then I will stay on the end. I will stay on till the end once I've answered all of your questions. But that helps me. You only need to ask the question once. It will end up in my queue as long as you use the letter Q before your question. When you shop with me, you earn Pixie perks on orders of $25 or more. This is still a thing until April 14th is when Pixie perks will go away because April 15th, the new Stampin' Rewards program starts. So I'm basically just doing a swap for you. But you can shop with me using my magic shopping link, and this link won't change after April 14th, but thepaperpixie.com/shop. For now, that will auto-magically take you to the online store, Stampin' Up's online store, shopping with me with my current host code applied to your order. And we've got, online exclusives released this month. We had 2 new kits that released. Demonstrators get to see the new annual catalog. Those of us that are attending OnStage, all demonstrators will get to see it on March 17th. Demonstrator pre-order starts March 25th, which means you can add new annual catalog products to a starter kit then. And then the annual catalog launches on May 6th. Those are all the dates in my head. I hope they're all correct. We do have some new online exclusives coming in May as well, but check out the ones that released this month. Lots of amazing online exclusives. I'm going to use some of those products tonight on tonight's project. Let me give you a quick sneak peek of the project. Hold on. We are doing this little mini gift bag, but it's using the on-the-go product suite. How cute is that little key? This is just a tiny little gift bag. It doesn't use a lot of designer series paper. I needed to be easy tonight so I can finish packing because I'm a last-minute packer. a light packer, but a last minute packer. So let me flip the camera. Nolan has show and tell for you tonight first, and then we'll get to well, it's all good stuff from Nolan and from Stampin' Up. But Nolan embellished his burning building that I showed a couple weeks ago. We've got a couple of firefighters. I think there's policemen as well. We've added a dog to the yard here. I was probably covering some things with a shadow, but he's added some fun mini figures there. And I don't know if you can tell by looking in the window, but there's people inside. You can kind of see their silhouette. So he had fun playing with that. He's had a couple of buddies stop over this week, and everybody's having fun creating all kinds of fun Lego stuff. So that's Nolan's show and tell. Good. I'm glad, Maria, I'm not the only one that's a last minute packer. All right, so first we're gonna start with, I hope it's not wet on the bottom. It's gonna be hard to put this in the screen, but this is a gorgeous bouquet that I received from Stampin' Up! Last Friday. It actually arrived on my birthday, which I thought was so extra special. I don't think it's wet. I did put some water in it yesterday, but it's got, gosh, roses, I think begonias, tulips, calla lilies. I think these are thistle. It's just gorgeous. And this is almost a week old and still looks absolutely stunning. I know there's other flowers in here. Some of these almost look like avocado leaves, not avocado, artichoke leaves, but I'm sure that's not what it is. These guys here, isn't that gorgeous though? And inside the box that the bouquet came in, and it's in this gorgeous, I think it's a cedar wood. It smells divine. From both the flowers and the wood, but in the box was also my very special card, so I can't wait to show you. They knocked it out of the park. And it's technically a box and a card, all right? So hopefully this will fit on, it's not gonna totally fit on screen, but I will make sure you can see all the good stuff and move it around as needed. But these are those awesome, oh, I knew I was gonna forget the product names, but those circles. It is heat embossed in black, and this little circle here, and this, well, these three circles have dry embossing, that soft waves embossing folder. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I love the colors. Melon Mambo is one of my favorites. We've got fresh freesia, pumpkin pie, berry burst, melon mambo. I think I got all the colors there. So this is tucked in. And this is a box. So my card is in a box. I was like so excited when I received it. So let's just take a look at the box again. This cute little, almost like a clutch type box. So awesome. And, oh, it's on the back of the card. Hold on. So that's the box, okay? Here's the card. I'm gonna show you the back first before we start to open it. It's got heat embossed. That's the million sales stamp that they have. It says Stampin' Up! 1 million. I love the black heat embossing. So sharp. All right, so we're gonna open the card. So I'm gonna pull it down here. Let's see. We're gonna lift it up first. So let's look at this part. It says, "You did it, Julie." Now, this is the mini alphabet dies, and you might see a little bit of resemblance to this right here. Coincidence, but my brand font is the same font as the mini alphabet dies, so I thought that was fun. On the top here, it says, "It's a big day," but look at all these details. This is like another overlay here. Oh my gosh, I just love these circles pieced together. I could stare at it all day, but look at that, congrats, heat embossed. Lots of fun circles and sequins. And then it opens to the left. And look, they did the alphabet, and then they fussy cut basic black behind it to really make it pop. I don't want to cover up anything with my hands. This is just amazing. And I figured video does this card a little bit of justice. Obviously, in person is the best, but I wouldn't be able to do it justice with photos. So it says, "You're amazing." And on the amazing, they drew vertical or horizontal lines. I thought that detail was so cool. And again, fussy cut around the word. It says, "Congrats" in the center, and then tucked behind is my sweet note from Sarah and Shelley. It says, Julie, congratulations on reaching 1 million in career-to-date sales. What an amazing accomplishment. We look forward to celebrating you in person. Until then, sending celebratory hugs your way. Love, Sarah and Shelly. So extra special. I'm going to treasure this for always. And they really do know how to make us feel special. So that is my card. How awesome is that? Love it, love it, love it. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, amazing card. I love how that opens. I'm not sure I will do a fun fold of this size, but I love the idea of the right, the left, and the top. So we may see a pixie-fied smaller version of this at some point. So there we go. Beautiful. All right. I do have one more show and tell. Those of you that are going to Raleigh or in Raleigh for OnStage, come up and say hi because I can't go empty-handed. I wanted to keep my hands a little busy this week, so there's only 44 of these, so I will likely run out at some point. But it's just a little cute. Inside are the mini high polymer erasers. So it's just a little belly band. And it's kind of like a little envelope box, and inside is, I didn't realize these were the super tiny ones, but I got a box of 48. I've saved a few for team members, but I made a handful of these. So if you are attending Raleigh, please do come up and say hi. And I've said it before, full disclosure or fair warning, I'm a hugger. So if you're a hugger, I'll be happy to hug you back. So I just made those. Now, the dies on here, I used a couple of different dies from different sets. I had fun doing that. The designer series paper is the one I used last week. That's the new something floral paper. Let me explain a couple of the dies. Because I didn't even put my name on the back of these, but this little one here that I created the daisy with, that comes from translucent floral. So I just cut 2 of those and staggered them to look like a little daisy. Super cute. This is from my favorite Stylish Shapes. That's the smallest circle. And then this one comes from Wonderful Thoughts. That one's in the annual catalog, but I love the cutting and the dry embossing detail that you get. See how that detail around that rectangle? So cool. And then whenever I travel with 3D items, I actually use the the fine tip glue pen. I don't know if you can see around the rhinestone. I just put a little bead of that around it just because, I don't know, sometimes when I'm traveling, the rhinestones pop off. I probably could have put it underneath the rhinestone, but I like to do kind of a little perimeter. So that's a little sneaky peek, but do come up and say hi. I would love to see you. All right. Now we can switch into tonight's project. So here's the project sheet. You'll find the link to this in the video description. I will also email this out to my email subscribers tomorrow, so you can get that right into your inbox. I'm gonna try to get that email scheduled tonight because I'm getting up at like 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But we've got pictures of the project, the measurements. Again, this is a real easy project. QR code back to this video. You got a template for reference, and then all of the products that I'm using tonight, okay? Also linked in the video description, I've linked a couple of my other non-Stampin' Up! Products that you'll see me use tonight. So that's the scoop there. Products we're using tonight is coming from the On The Go suite of products. It is available in online exclusives. I think I already said, the products are linked in the video description as well. So the Tags to Go bundle, I love this one. Far away but close at heart. That's one of my favorite sentiments in here. We're going to use Enjoy. I love this heart as well. These are the Tags to Go dies, and I'm using 2 of them for tonight's project. This tag and this key. So we're going to use those tonight. I'm also using the On The Go Designer Series paper, which is so fun. I thought this project was fitting since I'm getting ready to fly to Raleigh tomorrow. We're going to use this fun pattern, okay? And then I am using the Strawberry Slush from the Pack Your Bags Twine 3-pack. This is a sneak peek of an upcoming in color. It was snuck in to the online exclusives. Strawberry Slush was, I want to say it was like a 2013 to 2015 in color, I think. I might have that wrong, but it is coming back. And those of you that are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, when they announced the next 3 Paper Pumpkin kits, there is also Timid Tiger, I think. You guys correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think that is also an upcoming in color, but we'll get to see them this weekend, those of us going to OnStage. And then I'm using the 1/4 inch, what is it called? 1/4 inch white ribbon. It's woven, it's really pretty. So that's what we're using tonight. Let's jump into the project. Again, this is so quick and easy. A little bit of my bouquet there. I kind of went back to some older projects that I've done. I've done quite a few mini gift bags because they're just so fun and easy to put together. They don't use a lot of designer series paper. I had done a couple versions of one using the gift bag punch board, if you've been around for a while, if you remember that punch board. So this one is basically similar to that, but without a punch board. So we're gonna start with a piece of designer series paper that measures 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I've cut this in landscape, if you've got a directional pattern, okay? Look how fun that pattern is. I love the cameras, the globes, the maps, the street signs. I'm gonna bring in the Simply Scored. And again, super quick and easy. This is a fun one to do multiples of. All right, so along the 5 1/4 inch side, we're gonna go ahead and score this at 1 1/2, 2 3/8, 3 1/4, and 4 3/4. So I'll repeat that: 1 1/2, 2 3/8, 3 1/4, 4 3/4. And then I'm going to turn it a 1/4 turn clockwise, and I'm just going to score at 7/8. Real simple. All right, let me bring in the template here so you can see that. I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish on all the score lines. There we go. Real simple score lines there. Why does that look off? What did I do wrong? Hold on. That's looking totally wrong to me. 1, 2. Oh, I totally did that backwards. So I need to fix the project sheet. I did the... I'm going to show Brian. Do you see I did the 2 sides right there in the middle? That's not going to work. All right, hold on. Let me cut another piece. Silly Julie, I was doing so good tonight. All right, so the starting measurement is correct. Actually, let's do the 3 1/4 first. 5 1/4. I totally goofed. I was sitting down and doing the measurements, so hang tight. And I'll get that project sheet updated right after the stream. All right, and I'm gonna make notes here. All right, the first measurement is correct. It is 1 1/2. So it is 1 1/2. Then the second measurement is correct as well. 2 3/8, 3 3/8, 3 7/8, and then 4 3/4. So the 3 1/4 is incorrect on the project sheet. If you've already downloaded it, it should be 3 7/8. So it is 1 1/2, 2 3/8, 3 7/8, and 4 3/4. Then I'm going to turn it a 1/4 turn clockwise and do it at 7/8. So I was doing better than I thought, but isn't it funny how much it changes the project when you have one measurement incorrect? All right. The template's right though. Okay, so fold and burnish. I had both sides right next to each other was the way I had scored it. So since I have my pen here, well, let me finish burnishing. That 3 1/4, and I'll change this again. That should be 3 7/8. Okay, so 3 1/4 is actually 3 7/8. But we need the template out. All right. So now I'm going to focus along the bottom here. That's where we've got that 7/8 of an inch along the bottom. I'm gonna grab my paper snips, and depending on which side of the paper you can see the score lines better. Typically for me, if it's a less busy pattern, that's the side I can see the score lines better. I'm just gonna cut up each of the vertical score lines, stopping at that first horizontal score line. So we've kind of released all of those tabs along the bottom. And then here in the corner, we're gonna remove that little rectangular corner piece. And I'm also gonna miter cut. And by miter cut, I'm just doing a quick little angle piece. And I'm gonna come in and miter cut at the top here too. This little 1/2 inch section is the piece that's gonna hold the side of our box together. I'm also gonna fold the wider sections out of the way to isolate those 2 tabs. And I'm gonna miter cut those as well. Now, because this is designer series paper, it's not gonna add a ton of bulk. These tabs are gonna overlap just slightly. If you don't want them to overlap on the bottom, you could trim off about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, but I'm just gonna leave them just as they are. So we've miter cut those tabs. All right. So now that looks like our template here, like so. So now it's just as simple as putting it together. I'm gonna flip this over to the back side. I've got my little 1/2 inch tab along the right. I'm gonna fold on the second score line from the left, and then I'm gonna put liquid glue right along that 1/2 inch tab, or whatever adhesive is your favorite. You know me, I love my liquid glue. Oh, there's an ant that came to say hello. We have sugar ants that have come into the house. Brian has baited them with borax and powdered sugar, but one made its way all the way over to join the live stream. And I just folded, I'm talking and not explaining, I folded on the first score line from the right, and I'm just pressing everything flat. So second score line from the left, first score line from the right, and just press it flat and that will line up right where you want it to. Yeah, the ant is trying to craft. He wanted his split second of fame. All right, so pay attention to where your seam is. You can kind of tell because that picture looks a little weird. It almost lined up. It's funny if I do 3D projects and the pattern happens to line up exactly. This one was pretty darn close. So my seam then here is on this back right corner. I'm gonna start by folding in the 2 tabs, and you'll see they just slightly overlap. Again, if that bothers you, just trim off about 1/8 of an inch from each of those tabs. But I'm just gonna put some liquid glue on them. And then liquid glue on this front flap. Then I'll fold the back flap and then the front flap. Again, I love liquid glue for this because I can just kind of squeeze all 4 corners and then the sides to get that all lined up square on the bottom. And then I will flip it over, put the cap on my glue bottle, and I'll use the flat edge of my glue bottle inside to press those tabs in. Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and open the other box because I had to beg, borrow, or steal treats from my expired stash to show you what fits. But I love putting a pair of Dove chocolate promises or Dove promises in there. Where did I put my? Here it is. So we'll undo that if I can. There we go. So I'll just show you how those fit. Just kind of hard to see if I pull it down. You can catch the light of it. It's just 2 Dove Promises. I just kind of sandwich them together like so. It's similar to what I put in the other versions of this gift bag, mini gift bag. So they're just sitting in there. I'm gonna take my index fingers and then my middle fingers and thumbs on all four corners, like so. And then I'm just gonna kind of pinch both from the sides and front to back. And I'm just trying to get it lined up, those edges there. But look how cute. You got the chocolates in there, and it really is this, like, it reminds me of the old, I say the old, but a paper grocery bag. I just love the way that folds together. When you've got something in there, you'll see that it'll just kind of naturally stay pushed out at the bottom, but tucked in on the top. So I'm going to then grab my 1/8 of an inch hole punch. Now, we do have a brand new trio of punches that has a hole punch, a ribbon slot, and a tag topper. However, because of the way this box goes together, there isn't an easy way to get that hole punch in here. I'm gonna try one thing now that I say that out loud. You might be able to do it from here. No, it's gonna be too difficult for that. But this is one of the trio of punches. Let me show you what the other two look like. You're gonna be seeing me use these a lot, but so 1/8 of an inch, the little tag topper, which let me catch the light the other way so you can see that. And then a little ribbon slot. Ribbon slot is about 1/2 of an inch in width. This one I think was 9/16 of an inch, and then this is an 1/8 of an inch circle. But it's just a little difficult to use those on this gift bag just because of the way the box is shaped. So I'm just gonna use a regular 1/8 of an inch hole punch. Still gonna come in from the side, but I'm gonna kind of center it in the middle there, like that. Okay, so just a single hole right in the center. All right, and then we're gonna work on doing a little bit of stamping and die cutting. I'm gonna put this off to the side for now. Let me grab a couple pieces of paper. We've got basic white, which while I'm talking about basic white, I know I announced last week that Stampin' Up! Was going to be discontinuing or retiring the thick basic white. This is the regular weight. They received hundreds of suggestion box entries, and they are going to keep the 8.5 by 11 thick. Yes. So the other thing for that is the basic white in the 40 pack actually sold out as of Tuesday. Stampin' Up! Has turned on the new item number, so they're now a 24 pack for $14. So we sold out of all of the 40 packs, and now we're on to the new item number, which we'll see in the annual catalog. So just a little sidebar on basic white. Thick 8.5 by 11 is staying around. It'll be available in online exclusives when the catalog launches. And then regular basic white and soon to be, if not already, regular very vanilla will have the same fate. It will drop to the 24 sheets per pack for $14 as well. So a little sidebar there. All right. Blueberry Bushel is the blue. I love this blue. Such a pretty, vibrant blue. And we're gonna stamp the sentiment Enjoy. And they will still, well, it's new in the catalog, but there will be thick basic white in 12 by 12 as well. So they were originally swapping out the 8.5 by 11 for 12 by 12, but now we get both. So options. I love options. I think they were thinking they were helping us by offering one size, but we all had many, many reasons why we wanted the 8.5 by 11, because it's less, for card makers, it's less cutting and less measurement errors than if we had to cut card bases from 12 by 12. That was probably the biggest reason. We all had our reasons, so. All right, let me get my die cutting machine. And I know you're gonna ask, this is linked in the description. It is not an affiliate link. The Anna Griffin Empress Mini is what I'm using. I'm looking for my dies, which are right in front of me. So I'm gonna put Enjoy to the right side of this adorable tag, okay? And then I've got a scrap piece of gold foil. Hopefully that fits my key, I think so, if it's on an angle. Oh, it's a good fit, there we go. And then we're gonna run that through the machine. So hang tight. Run. Okay. I love how this key turns out. It looks so real, doesn't it? Look at the detail on that. So gold foil, and then basic white blueberry bushel is the ink color we used. But look at that cute, whoops, look at that cute little tag. So cute. All right, let's get myself cleaned up here. All right, let's bring in our little gift bag and our white ribbon. And I'm gonna cut, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches, I would guesstimate. You don't need quite 6. Let's do, I'm gonna do 4. Let's conserve some ribbon here. I'm gonna cut it at a little bit of an angle. That's just gonna help me have a point to feed through our hole punch. So I'm going to first go through Enjoy. Nope, I need to first go through the key. My brain, oh, I literally had the craziest day of errands today. Nails, a couple of places for returns, Target, because Lily's doing a, what did she say, candy salad in chorus on Friday. So she needed to add to the candy bowl, the candy salad bowl apparently. And then, so I fed through the key, then the tag, had to go to the bank and all kinds of places. So it was a crazy day today. And then I'm feeding it through the front of the bag, like so. Okay, yeah, I think 4 inches is perfect because you have a little bit left over that you can trim off the snags. So this is where my third pair of hands, not my third pair of hands, my dad always called me out on that. My third hand comes into play, and my third hand is my set of reverse tweezers. I've got them linked in the description. I can't survive without these guys in paper crafting. It's literally gonna hold everything there. It's pinching the gift bag together, it's holding the ribbon, it's keeping the key and stuff in place. And that's gonna allow me to use my 2 real hands to tie the twine. So I'm gonna grab the strawberry slush and we're going to tie a bow around that white woven ribbon. It's just a nice way to finish off. Kind of adds a little bit more texture, a little pop of color, like so. Now, because we've got basically 2 textiles up against each other, they're actually gonna hold each other in place. So I don't need to move the reverse tweezers. The twine is staying in place. And now I'm just gonna give me a little bit more, there we go, and tie a bow. All while I'm just keeping those tweezers in place until I get this tightened up and purdy. Actually, at this point, I can remove the reverse tweezers because we've already got that tight on the ribbon there. And now I can just zhuzh. And sometimes the twine twists because really it is twisted fiber. So I like to kind of pull the tails just enough before it twists. Now that one's twisted on me a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just gonna pull the tails down. Hope that my scissors aren't too gunky. Well, they're a little gunky. When you have gunky scissors, alcohol pads are your friend. And then I'm just gonna come in and without cutting my finger, I'm just gonna cut to have clean ends on that ribbon. And then you can kind of just pull those 2 sides apart. And then you've got this cute little finish on your little mini gift bag. I love how that's all layered together. That it needed that little pop of color from the strawberry slush. So that is tonight's quick and easy project. This would be really fun to take with you while you're traveling with this paper. I think it would be so cute for pilots and flight attendants. You could put different sentiments like thank you. I love the little key and the traveling motif in the on-the-go suite of products. So again, the project sheet is linked in the description. You can grab it there, or if you're on my email list, you'll also get that emailed to you tomorrow as well. You can join my email list in the video description. When you join my list, you get my free shadow box worksheet, which will calculate for you any size shadow box. So that's a fun little worksheet. You can print as many times as you want and make as many different sizes of shadow boxes. That's my thank you for joining my email list. So that is tonight's project, believe it or not. So now is the time in the show where I'm going to switch to Q&A. If you haven't already asked your question, or you've had a question come up since the show started, please put a Q in front of that question to make it into my queue, because I query all of the chat for the Qs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Let me tee that up. I am about 20 seconds ahead of you or so I might not catch your question if it comes in at the very tail end, but you can always email me at support@thepaperpixie.com, and my response may be a little delayed. I'm going to try not to be as much in the inbox while I'm in Raleigh. I'll be in Raleigh until Sunday, but you will hear back from me as soon as I can get to those emails. So first question coming up from Lydia. Our demonstrator is going to get a catalog mailed to them. So Stampin' Up! Has changed the policy for the annual catalog. They're actually going back to the way they used to do it. So in order to get your complimentary copy of the catalog from Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator, you need to place a pre-order. Well, you don't need to place a pre-order, but a pre-order will be the fastest way for you to get it. They will place it in the first order the first demonstrator order once the pre-order starts. So if you don't happen to place a pre-order during March 25th to May 5th, I do believe they are still going to be adding a complimentary catalog on orders May 6th and later. I don't know when the cutoff point will be for that. So you just need to put in an order and you'll get that annual catalog included in that order. So it's a great reason to put in a pre-order, okay? Let's see. Brian King does not do YouTube videos or tutorials, but he's got a great blog. If you don't already follow his blog, that's stampwithbrian.com. He posts every single day without fail. So that's where you can see all of his projects. This is a good question, Judy. So technically, Pixie Perks is a totally separate program than Stampin' Rewards. So they're not going to roll into the new Stampin' Rewards program. You'll stop earning Pixie Perks as of April 14th. And then April 15th, you'll start earning Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up! So the Stampin' Rewards program is actually even better than my Pixie Perks program because you're going to earn 10% of orders of $20 or more. It's automatically added to your customer account to use on future orders. And the great thing about these Stampin' Rewards is you can use them for anything. So if you're familiar with my Pixie Perks program, you can only redeem for stamp sets if you've earned 1 reward, or Stampin' Die bundles if you've earned 2 rewards. So there's limitations to my Pixie Perks program. You also have to wait because I group orders together. With Stampin' Rewards, you will be able to use them. The next order so you'll earn them on an order. They'll be added to your bank of Stampin' Rewards, and then you can use them on any future order. The Stampin' Rewards will expire 12 months from the date they're earned. So stay tuned for more details about my Pixie Perks, Judy, as far as remaining Pixie Perks and being able to redeem for a couple of different things. We're still formulating all the details of that, but I'll make sure that you're up to date on that, okay? Ooh, any idea when the To The Point punch will be back in stock? The last I checked, it was sometime in April, Christina. I can't remember the actual date. Someone in the chat may have already answered you that has access to that list. I just don't have it in front of me. Let's see. Okay, so Jane, with thick basic white. So the only change that is happening at this point, well, there's technically 2 changes. One is it will now be offered in 12 by 12. That starts on May 6th. So we're going to continue to have access or be able to order the 8.5 by 11 thick basic white cardstock. They've decided to keep that around. It'll just be available in online exclusives. You won't see it in the catalog, but it will be available for purchase in the store. And then the prices are increasing. So again, this is just specific to basic white. prices are increasing. They just told us, I want to say it's going up to $17 for 8.5 by 11 and $26 for 12 by 12. Both packs will have 24 sheets each. I know the 8.5 by 11 will. I'm questioning myself on the 12 by 12. I think it's either 24 or 20. Now I can't remember. There is also going to be an increase in the price for the dyed through colored cardstock as well, but I did send an email about all of that, Jane. It is also available on the demonstrator portal since you're on my team. Okay, so let me know if you have any other questions about that. So the great thing about OnStage, Tina, is it is available for all demonstrators. So the only criteria that you need to be able to attend OnStage is to be an active demonstrator. Now, this OnStage was so popular, it sold out within a matter of hours. So, but it is available to any level of demonstrator. So that's the wonderful thing about OnStage. Stampin' Up! Does have additional events that are available for leaders only, like Silver Elite and above, but OnStage is available for all demonstrators. Ooh, so Timid Tiger, the orange on the designer series paper I used tonight is actually pumpkin pie. Timid Tiger, I mean, I suppose it's an orange. I don't know what other color it would be. I don't think they would do a black. I actually haven't seen the color. I know it was mentioned as far as a future paper pumpkin kit, and I didn't look at the details of that kit. But no, the orange for tonight's designer series paper is pumpkin pie. I've heard a couple of numbers. I don't know for certain what the number is, but I want to say it's about 2,400 demonstrators that are attending. I think that's the number I've heard, 2,200 to 2,400. But yes, it did fill up very quickly. It was an interesting phenomenon because OnStage last year didn't sell out. Attendance was rather low last year. And then I think word spread because those of us that went to Houston or any of the OnStage locations, we had so much fun that we talked it up. And I think Stampin' Up! Wasn't anticipating as much excitement about OnStage this time. We also welcomed an amazing group of new family members from close to my heart. So there's lots of excitement with those new Stampin' Up! Family members as well. So it just ended up being kind of a perfect storm of popularity. So yeah, it did sell out pretty quickly. They did, I don't know if they opened up more slots eventually, but there was quite a few people that were able to get off of the wait list, but still lots of people that didn't get to go, which is heartbreaking. Let's see. Okay, so on the Anna Griffin Empress Mini, I have never replaced the clear plates. Actually, I've never replaced any of the plates. I have the magnet pads. I have a couple of magnet pads ready for when I need to replace them, but I have not replaced any of the plates, and I've used it a lot, as you can tell by what my magnet sheet looks like, or my magnet pad. But those plates have not warped. I don't flip them like I do with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, so they're thicker, I think, than the Stampin' Up! Plates. And shorter. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, shorter, narrower. They're just smaller in size because it is a mini machine. So, let's see. Oh, thank you for asking this, Linda. I totally flaked on that. It is on the project sheet, but it's 2 3/8 inch in height, 1.5 inch in width, and 7/8 of an inch in depth. So I'll just hold it up again. 2 3/8 inch tall, 1.5 wide, 7/8 deep, and that's on the project sheet. Okay, this is another great question, and I'm going to get into more details as we get closer to April 15th, because some of this I'm needing to kind of wrap my head around as well. You do need to have an online account in order to earn Stampin' Rewards, because Stampin' Up's got to have somewhere to put your earned Stampin' Rewards. Now, that doesn't mean that your demonstrator couldn't create an account for you if you don't want to manage an online account. I just don't know the logistics about that. We also, as demonstrators, will not be able to take your payment information. We can't submit that for you. So that adds a little bit of complication. And again, I'm speaking about the US. I know that Europe may be different because of the way that they do payment processing, but I just don't know how that looks like yet. As we get closer and we get more details, we can chat more about it, Kathy. But from what I understand is I can create an online cart for you, but I have to send you a link to pay for it because I can't take payment information. There's a couple of different ways we can handle payments otherwise, so I just have to wrap my head around all of that. But if you can, and it's possible for you, I recommend you do create an online account, use the email address that you typically use for online orders. And then when you do place orders, make sure you're logged into that account when you place those orders, because then your Stampin' Rewards will get added to your account. That just makes it, that's really the only way that Stampin' Up! Can give you Stampin' Rewards. So that's the scoop there. I will have more details as I learn and get to know the program more as we get closer. So the US or North American market is the last market to do the switchover. That is slated for host codes to go away the morning of April 14th, which I know is right around the corner. It's like a month away. And then starting April 15th is when the new Stampin' Rewards program starts. Okay, let's see. Will this bag hold 2 to 3 Hershey's Kisses? I'm thinking as I'm saying that out loud. It's gonna be tight because if I remember Hershey's Kisses, they're an inch at their base, and this is only 7/8 of an inch. Do I have any Hershey's Kisses? Let me see. Hold on one second. I do. I'm gonna hold one up to the bottom. Let's see. Oh, I actually think, Darlene, that it would fit.
Use the one that's open.
Use the what? Oh, the box that's open. Thank you. Thank you for being my second brain. All right, so there's one. Yeah, okay, Hershey's Kisses will fit. I'm gonna try to see how many I can get in there. Okay, so 3 is a little bit of a tight fit, but I can still pinch at the top. Okay, you can see they come up a little hard to see, I know, with the lights. It comes up a little high. Now 2 is a really nice fit, 2 Hershey's Kisses. But I think you could get 3 in there. So there's 2. And 2 fits, they shake a little bit, but 2 to 3. 3's tight, okay? You might need to strategically, but yeah, they do fit. I always thought Hershey's Kisses were like an inch at the bottom, but I think 7/8 works. All right. Oh, I was waiting for that question, but let me get to Jean next. I do not think you have to store your credit card on file to have an online account. You should be able to just simply have the online account, so email address and password. I don't think you have to have payment information stored. You can enter it each time online. At least I would hope that's the way that it works. I'm 99% sure you don't have to save your credit card on file. All right, so Donna's got a question. Any ideas for your stamp set? So I've gotten so many questions about this, and I'm gonna say, this is my answer, I'm gonna keep it a secret until that stamp set is released. So I haven't actually met with Stampin' Up! Yet. I have a couple of ideas in my mind, but I'm going to keep it a secret. I want it to be a surprise. So stay tuned. I will likely have an opportunity to get signed stamp sets, but it's going to be a while. Like, I'm thinking probably not until, and I have no idea the timeline, but my guess is not until at least the holiday catalog of 2026. So it's going to be a while. It'll be worth the wait, but I'm not going to tell you. So I also don't know yet, but I haven't met with Stampin' Up, so thank you. I know you guys are excited, and I will be excited to share it with you as well, so stay tuned. All right, Donna brought up the end of the questions. you guys so much for joining me tonight for this sort of condensed, although here we are almost at the top of the hour. I was so excited to share with you my Million Sales Achiever card, such a special card from Stampin' Up. So thank you, Stampin' Up, if you happen to catch this replay. Beautiful bouquet of flowers. It was fun to celebrate receiving them on my birthday as well. It was like a twofer. I loved it. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's project, maybe learned a tip or trick or two. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up down below the video. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get notified each time we've got a new video. We're going to be live again next Wednesday. That will be March 19th for episode 368. That will be 8 p.m. Eastern time. Same, what's the phrase? Same bat channel, same... So bad about the phrases, but you know the drill. We've been doing this for about 7 years now. So 8 p.m. Eastern time Wednesdays. My next Pixie patron will be March 20th. That's next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed week. I can't wait to share about OnStage with you next Wednesday. That's what we can look forward to. I'm excited to see the annual catalog and maybe some new product announcements. Who knows? I'm always excited to attend the event. And I always am so energized going to OnStage. It's so fun to see people, and just I love the energy that comes off of attending that event. So I'm excited to bring that back for you next week. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed week. Again, if you're waiting for a response from me, I'm slowly getting through it. Again, I'm going to be out of pocket the next few days, but back at it come Monday. Thanks again. Don't forget, all you need are stamps, ink, and a little paper pixie. And here's a special shout out to my Pixie patrons in the rolling credits. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful and blessed week. We'll see you next time. Take good care. Bye.